In this video, I'm going to go over how to divide by a two-digit divisor. I know many of you use the upside down bracket or the box method for dividing by a one-digit divisor, but when we get to two digits, it becomes a little tricky doing that. So I'm going to show you how to use the tower or the chunking method. We're going to look at the question 6,214 divided by 12. So with the towers or the chunking method, you set it up just like you do, or just like you would a normal long division way, if you will. So we have our divisor 12 and our dividend 6,214. So what you're going to do is you're going to start off with basically taking your divisor of 12 and figure out what you can multiply it by to get it as close to 6,214 as you can, using compatible numbers or friendly numbers, those numbers that end in zeros if you can, or fives. So then we're going to start off with 12 times, and let's just start off with 100. It really doesn't matter, but you just can't go over 6,214. So we know that 12 times 100 gives us 1,200. Once we get our answer over here, we just subtract it from the dividend over here, so 1,200, because as we know, division is simply repeated subtraction anyway. So when we subtract this number, we get 4, 1, 0, and 5. So we get 5,014. So next, all we have to do is take what times 12 will get us as close to 5,014 as possible without going over. So we'll try 12 times 400, because we know that 12 times 100 is only 1,200, so we can go a little bit higher. So I could do 12 groups of 4 and then add my 2 zeros on, and that would give me 4,800. And again, division is simply repeated subtraction. So we take the number over here, 4,800, and we subtract it over here. So we have 4, 1, we got to borrow from the 5, and we get 2. So now we're at 214. So we're getting smaller, as you can see. So again, we got to come over here, and what times 12 can get me as close to 214 as possible without going over. So I know that 12 groups of 12 give me 144. So again, I take my 144 and I do my repeated subtraction. So I subtract it from 214. And I get 0. I need to borrow from the 2. Then the 11 subtract 4 gives me 7. So I'm getting smaller. Just extend that line down there. There we go. So next, what times 12 will get me as close to 70 without going over? So I know I can do 12 times 5, and that will get me to 60. So again, I subtract the 60 over here, and that gets me to 10. Now my remainder here is less than my divisor of 12. So I know I am done and I can't go any further. So therefore, I know that the answer to this question is going to have a remainder of 10. In order to figure out the rest of my quotient, all I simply do is add the second factor from each step. As you can see, I'm trying to put a square around this. Sorry about that. My computer is glitching a little bit. There we go. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add 100 plus 400 plus 12 plus 5. And when I add 100, 412, and 5, that gives me a total of 517. So the answer to, or the quotient to 6,214 divided by 12 would be 517, remainder 10.